Always, guys, respect the pump.
So welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I have something for everyone. We got 3 altcoins on the radar here, one of which is not yet launched, so a potential airdrop hunt for those who are currently out of the market. Definitely worth paying attention to. Lots of good airdrops, probably going to be very sizable coming up in the year of 2023. We've got a coin that pumped massively over the weekend to recap and see the reasons why, and also one of my favorite narratives right about now. But we're going to start here with the BTC price chart and see what is happening with the overall crypto space. Make sure you subscribe if you're brand new here. So BTC did put in a nice pumpola around Friday. So as soon as the traditional markets closed, Bitcoin started to make its ascent. So that was actually mimicking the previous Friday as well. On the 13th of January, we had this same kind of movement. Sideways range then through the week, pump on the Friday. Will we do this again? We will have to wait and see, but an interesting little repeat performance there that I'm taking notice of. So Bitcoin is now at the top range of $22,000. And the red line here was around 21,850. This is somewhere we could come back to for a higher low. But I was listening to Eric Crown's analysis earlier this morning, and he says the Sunday low, which is here, at around $22,300 could be the range set up for this week. And if we consolidate here, there's a potential for a third move higher, maybe towards the shallow 24K region. Break below, of course, the line below that, 21,850, then comes into play. And any major nukes, we start to look down once again. So obviously a precarious time in the market for people sat on the sidelines, a little bit uneasy to commit capital when you have these big green candles that we can see since the start of the year. But without further ado, let's jump into today's content on these 3 altcoins. So the biggest narrative in crypto right now is the liquid staking governance tokens, the likes of Lido, Frax, RocketPool. The one in particular we're going to look at here is RocketPool. So they've had some big updates over the last couple of days. I just want to do a bit of a recap of what they have been because they really caught my eye. This one is now up to $35. When we did the video just 11 days ago, it was at $25. So as you can see, this narrative is gathering steam. If we look over the last 30 days as well, it's looking pretty damn healthy there. This is the big Binance wick up to around $41. I expect we do reclaim that at some point in the not too distant future. So RocketPool has added around 1,000 Ether per day to their staking pool. So these mini pools are getting a bit of traction, but nothing in terms of what is yet to come. The node operators is up around 40 different operators since I did the video 11 days ago, but the number of staked ETH since my video 11 days ago is up 11,000. So this is biggie number 1. With optimization work now complete, Trust Wallet users can stake with RocketPool directly via browser and mobile. This is a very big move here, and this will encourage a lot of people to start staking through the Trust Wallet, one of the most popular mobile wallets, of course, backed by Binance as well. Potentially some of those users maybe want to unstake from Binance and stake themselves over on Trust Wallet. Well, the moving cogs behind this are being supplied by RocketPool, with the first Ethereum protocol to be supported in this way, making another step towards a growing list of integrations for RPL. This one is huge. Mobile usage generally is just going up and up and up, and this also helps unlock regions of the world where people do not have PCs. So a big one to take note of here for RocketPool. This builds into a second update here around the Atlas upgrade. So currently the RocketPool node operators have to stake 16 Ether themselves, and then they get 16 from the pool. So a 1-to-1 ratio, but when Atlas drops, this means LEB8 comes into play. Again, if you haven't seen my video on RocketPool, I'd highly recommend it to understand what the heck I'm talking about here. But this LEB8 upgrade means the node operators only have to stake 8 Ethereum, and then they will get 24 from the pool. So this increases the ratio to 1-to-3 from 1-to-1. So you can see a very quick 3xing in the amount of ETH staked on RocketPool. So it's kind of these technical upgrades that are just holding back its adoption right now, but you can see the pieces to the puzzle are being built in the background. RocketPool in turn asked the question, so who will mint all this new ETH, this RETH? Well, RocketPool will have better DeFi presence by the Shanghai upgrade, with Aave and ARK going live, Index Co-op bringing out a derivative DS ETH, and volume for a CL Oracle. A lot of protocols can't keep up with the decentralization level and the amount of adoption that RocketPool may have here. So I asked the question, when will Atlas be released? Looking into their Discord, it seems sometime around Shanghai. So this is around March, 2 months from now, maybe a little bit less. You'll have these upgrades coming in for RocketPool. So you can see it has a catalyst going forward in terms of its overall adoption. Then just to mention its DeFi adoption as well, it's now giving out incentives via Aura, this is for Balancer Exchange, to incentivize liquidity for RocketPool ETH and Wrapped ETH, i.e. making it more usable across DeFi. And then this post came up as well, 5 reasons you should be investigating RocketPool right now. I'm just going to highlight this one at the bottom, number 5, stating that the RPL token kind of has this soft peg to the ETH token itself. So all these node operators have to stake at least 10% of their mini node as RocketPool collateral. So at the moment in time, 16 ETH equals 1.6 ETH's worth of RocketPool being staked by those node operators. This means if the price of Ethereum goes up, those with mini pools right on the borderline towards the bottom of this have to increase their RPL stake as a result of this. So this creates a soft peg to the ETH token. So to my mind, that is a very interesting one. If you are bullish on ETH, you should also be bullish on RPL. Second up, Stargate Finance. The STG token went berserk over the weekend. I'll just show you the chart down here. You can see the hockey stick from around 49 cents up to 71, 72. So a huge move over the weekend. You can see the volume came in here. What the heck is Stargate first and foremost? Welcome to the Omnichain future. It says this is all about layer 0 technology, where you have these Omnichain pools, no more bridges, just tokens that have liquidity across all different chains in a unified sense. And this one has bullish catalysts on the horizon. So Tapioca DAO, which is like the Aave, but on an Omnichain version, which is definitely something I'm very much interested in. And Tapioca also bringing out a USD 0, which will be a stable coin that can just have liquidity across all chains without the need of bridges as well. Take note, interesting stuff. While they've got these kind of releases coming up, it's obviously very smart tech, but the reason for this pump was the following governance proposal. So someone came to the Stargate guys and said, look, we want to purchase $2 million worth of STG tokens at a market price. We don't want to go to the market and, skew the price too much. Can you give us a deal? So they brought this to the governance forum here. And as you can see, the degens therefore bidded STG up. So they said this, Stargate Finance has had an offer from a family office to buy $2 million worth of tokens. Should we engage with this? The DAO wants to get the approval of the community here. So selling $2 million of STG priced as a 3-day time-weighted average price, a TWAP of the STG price for USDC. This USDC would then be used to purchase ETH that is locked into the Stargate protocol-owned liquidity. This will therefore support Stargate's liquidity on ETH, and assuming a target APY of 5%, this would reduce emissions of 100 grand per year for the STG token. So it is a good thing for STG, but the fact that this was mentioned, they're going to do a TWAP over a 3-day price period. Well, you can see how this played out. You've got a big bidder come into the market, you start to pump the price, they're going to have to buy 2 million tokens at an increased price. So DAOs and on-chain governance here having a whale of a time. This one is hanging in the balance though. There's a few hours left on this snapshot, but it's around 50-50 on these votes. Now this may see some echo movements with people making up these kind of things in governance platforms over the DeFi ecosystem. Because as you saw, this pumped the shit out of STG. So I think people will do copycats. One way to keep on top of DAO governance proposals is through tally.xyz, where you can sign up and then you can add some of these DAOs to your watch list. I prefer to just scout through Twitter. I think the news will hit Twitter pretty quickly. But if you are looking for somewhere to stay on top of all DAO proposals in one place, you can just use this and flick through these at your own leisure. Useful tool, tally.xyz. Then last but certainly not least, we have StarkNet and the STARK token. As you can see, this is in preview only mode on CoinGecko. The coin does not yet exist. So this is a ZK rollup. This is going to be one of those new chains, an L2 environment that is going to get a lot of traction in my mind, as the people behind this are Gigabrain and they have very close ties to the Ethereum community. They state they operate as an L2 network over Ethereum, enabling any dApp to achieve unlimited scale for its computation without compromising ETH's composability and security, thanks to StarkNet's reliance on the safest and most cryptographic proof system, Stark. This uses a programming language called Cairo. Get to learn about that. Again, something to really have on your radar. These are some of the chains that will be very hyped in 2023 when they go live. In terms of what I'm looking at right now, today is downloading the Argent wallet here and starting to do a bit of airdrop hunting with you guys, as I think this one could have a very favorable airdrop outlook. So I'll do a video for this later in this week, maybe Wednesday, once I've got everything set up and I've had a good play around on here. I think it will be worth committing some time and a little bit of funds to get to use this and potentially potentially get yourself an airdrop of the STARK token, but also some of the ecosystem tokens as well. This one I've added to my calendar for tomorrow 4 p.m. They have a spaces here with Nethermind. They're discussing the proposal to launch Uniswap v3 on StarkNet, and this will be the first non-EVM deployment of Uniswap. So again, this is going to be a big first, and as you can see from that kind of proposal being mounted and potentially going ahead, something like Uniswap going on to StarkNet is obviously an indication that this is going to be big. Similarly, tomorrow at 5 p.m. as well, so Tuesday is a busy day. Lido's Node Operator Community Call is coming up. Nethermind is teaming up with Lido here to talk about the potentiality of Lido coming to StarkNet as well. So Nethermind is the ETH and StarkNet research and engineering company. So a lot to wet your whistle this week. I'll be back with some more video updates very soon, so make sure you subscribe. Check out the video just popping up on screen for Rollbit, very interesting one. And also, if you're looking for crypto tax software this year, check out coin tracking via the pinned comment below. I have a 10% discount code with my ref link down below. Check that out, guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.
Power of the pump always comes back to you if you respect the pump of other people. It's crazy, but I have this belief that whatever pumps, you have to pay respect.